All right, so I'm back with another one with Over the Top the podcast. I'm your host, Damon Hicks. Got a special guest. We're about to have some fun today.
Yes,
How you doing,
indeed.
LaKendra?
Oh, I am doing magnanimous. It's great to be here. The sun is shining. Hey, why not us shine as well?
Absolutely, absolutely. So we're gonna get into it. That's a lot that I want to talk about
Yeah.
today. I want to talk about love. You know, we just did
Oof.
a different episode or something like that
Absolutely.
that I'm about to create this thing called Love, a show that I just produced. So you
Awesome.
said you was a life coach, right?
I am. I am a life
So I
coach.
want to know, we're gonna hop straight into it. What inspired you to even get in that lane? Like, tell us a little bit about your story.
Oh gosh. Well, my name is LaKendra Lanice, and I am I stem from Divinely Guided by Love, LLC. It's a coaching session that stems from love, the love department. It's the five-star luxury packages of Live a Life of Liberation, Laughter, and Love. I
Mm-hmm.
am keen and live a life that I truly believe that liberation is the true success to life.
Absolutely.
Um, and so, what geared me towards specializing and becoming certified and licensed in as a life coach, I just realized like a lot of people, the things that I went through, there is other people that have gone through it as well.
Mm-hmm.
And especially nowadays where a lot of people are realizing I haven't been loved correctly. Why
Mm-hmm.
am I continuing to be hurt? What is
Mm-hmm.
going on within me or other people that is allowing me to experience the horrible side of love? I thought
Mm-hmm.
love was supposed to be to feel good and to become light and enjoy life, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting hurt. Why
Mm-hmm.
am I getting hurt? What is going on in my life
Yeah.
or the other people's life that is creating this toxicity and this trauma that I don't want to be a part of? So during my experiences of life, which I don't know if we'll get into that today, but it drove me to realize that let me take care of me. Let
Mm-hmm.
me start to really embody what I know to be true for myself and be able to express that, and then also to be able to assist the ones that are having trouble in that area.
Mm-hmm. So I heard you talked about, all the love. So what would
Yeah.
make someone keep attracting? Because it's like sometimes we feel like, why do I keep making a bad decision in
Decisions.
these relationships and these people when I'm feeling down, I'm feeling
Yeah.
depressed, and I'm going through it, and it
Yeah.
may be the season why that didn't work.
Yeah, I think that again, love stems from childhood,
Yeah.
right? And a lot of people as adults, we kind of block that off
Mm-hmm.
because until we start to have our own children and we
Mm-hmm.
realize, like, okay, I want something better for you guys, so
Right,
I'm gonna
right.
make sure I become a healthy father, a healthy mother, to
Mm-hmm.
be able to make sure you don't have to experience all the things that I've experienced,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that's what grandma used to tell us, right? She used to tell us and warn us before it would happen, but we're like, whatever.
Thinking it's sweet.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that, well, I know through my experience, I believe that a lot of people, again, once we do not take accountability for the things that, for one, where we are today
Mm-hmm.
and where I was when I was 10, when I was 12, when I was 15, when I was 18. These are all a part of our experience, even down to, if you were a breastfed child or if you weren't a breastfed child. That has a chemical reaction to our adulthood love lives. You know what I
Was it
mean?
some things that you dealt with in your childhood that affected, your adulthood?
Absolutely. The number one thing is not having a father figure, a healthy father figure in my home growing
Ooh,
up. Dad was
ooh.
there, but it was not healthy at all. It
So
was,
he was there,
yes.
but it wasn't healthy.
It was not healthy.
That's deep.
I mean, there was drugs involved. There was homelessness involved in my childhood. There was physical, emotional abuse in my childhood. Not necessarily geared towards me, but just as the household, the family. I witnessed it all, and I think once I became aware of, I mean, because I had my child, my 16 fun days, 16-year-old, 14-year-old, all those things. But once I became a wife and a mother, I realized that, especially becoming a mother, I realized that I can't push all that bitterness and anger that I had that I'm giving towards either my husband or my children. I have to make sure I take care of that so I don't bleed onto my children and into my family. And that was the time where I said, you know what, it's time to take accountability. It's time to erase some of the wounds and heal some of the wounds. I can't erase my past, but I can
Yeah.
heal my past.
How was
And a
that?
lot of it definitely stems from our past.
How was that journey? What were some of the things that you did?
Oh my goodness, taking back my power. That is probably the hardest thing for people to do, is to pull back everything that you've given so much energy to, and without boundaries, right? We just give because it's in our innate ability to love, especially when you're a child of God, right? You want to just give that love that God has given you. And you think that it's harmless until you find a villain, and that villain just wants to absorb,
Take advantage of that,
take
don't they?
advantage, deplete you, and just continue to use you. But I think experiences, listening to audios, listening to people that's been through it, taking those courses, going into solitude, learning how to meditate. Also, sometimes you may need assistance from someone like myself that's been through it, experienced it, and living it. So that's you taking back accountability for all of the things that someone else has done to you without your ability to say yes or no. But it's just taking back all those things that someone has pushed onto you and say, you know what, no longer.
Yeah.
No longer. I want happiness. I
Yeah.
want love. I want to be solid. I
Yeah.
want to expand. I want to evolve. I want to be successful. Once you know that about yourself, there is nothing no one can do or say to take that back and say, I'm going to the top.
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
love that because it do start in childhood. So for
Absolutely.
me, I was raised in a house with a single mother, with just me, my sister, and my mother.
Okay.
And my mother was raised with her mother and father, but in that household, they didn't give her hugs and kisses. So
Yeah.
in my mother's household, she didn't give us hugs and kisses and say, I love you. She didn't
Okay.
hear that from her father.
Yeah.
So we didn't, so if he passed that down, then my mother passed it down to us, and we
Yeah,
didn't get that.
we didn't get that.
So at first I didn't know that. I used to wonder why my mother didn't say I love you or give hugs and kisses, because her father didn't. And so I had to break that, curse. And so with my kids, I give them hugs and kisses. Even my sons, I give them hugs and I love you.
Yeah.
Like I have to express it so they
Absolutely.
won't go out there looking for someone else. Now I knew my mother loved me, but to hear it
Hear
and
it
feel it as
and
far
feel it.
as embrace is
Yep.
just totally different. But
sure
now
is.
she's grown, and I think it's hard to like take that accountability and be like,
Yes.
okay, I didn't do that.
Yep.
So I'm sorry for not doing it. I'm going to
Yep.
try to work on it. But sometimes it feels so cringy. Like even now, I got this little picture. I was at an event. I took a picture with my mom and I tried to hug her. She's like, I was like,
Oh, yeah.
But it's so different for her.
Yeah.
And I ain't trying to talk, ramble it a little bit.
No,
but
it's okay, because that's a part of healing. You have to
Yeah.
express it. You
Yeah.
got to get it off of you.
Yeah, so even with my twin sister, someone was like, y'all don't say I love you when we get off the phone? No, I think me and my sister, the way that we show each other that we love each other, our presence is
action.
love.
Yep.
So when my sister come in the room, if we at an event and she come in the room,
You
we
are-
feel the love and the presence. It's kind of
I
different.
love that.
So instead of
Yes.
saying I love you, we kind of show it through different ways.
I love that.
I don't know.
That is the key to healing, and the key to your ultimate happy relationship. The happy relationship that you've always wanted is making sure that I tackle all the things that I need to from where I can remember. You know what I mean? We can't, when mom didn't decide to breastfeed us, or dad didn't decide to stick around, we can't, we forgive ourselves for that, forgive your part of
yeah,
yourself for that,
yeah.
and we move on.
I also think sometimes sometimes
Yes.
we got to give our parents grace. 'Cause
Absolutely.
they
Forgiveness.
learning just like we learning. We ain't perfect.
Love and forgiveness go hand in hand. You can't have forgiveness without love. You know, people always, I'm not a big on religion, but a lot of people, it's an upbringing, believe, you know, God was often forgiving and often merciful. Well, whatever happened to that concept? Love is forgiving. Love is grace. Love is mercy. You know, if we are reflections of God, why not still show that empathy and that love and that consideration for whomever? But
Plus,
again, it's the pain.
yeah,
That
plus
pain.
carrying all that could weigh you down. I have a
Absolutely.
sibling that's carrying something right now from my father.
Yes.
One time she had asked me, like, what should I say to dad? I said, everything you ever wanted to tell him.
Everything you ever wanted.
Everything you wanted to tell our
There you
father, tell him.
go.
Because you're carrying that.
That's
Let
right.
that go. You give it all, and then once
Give
you
it
give it,
away.
once you give it to
That's
him, just
right.
you'll feel so much
Yes,
release.
absolutely.
Because it's not fair for you to carry that.
It's not.
You know,
It's
and
not.
you might as well tell him now while he alive, rather
Yes,
than
it's the forgiveness
Yeah.
aspect of it. It, like you said, it released that burden. It released that heaviness. And you live in a shadow. You don't realize it, but when you realize that you're not meeting your potentials, right? Your goals, right? And you live an everyday a mundane life, day to day, doing things that doesn't make you happy. You start to wake up to the reality of like, wait a minute, why am I in the shadows, in the dark? But the dark heals too. That's where we heal. So the light is where we've been liberated.
Oh, I want to talk about that
Yes.
right quick. 'Cause
Yeah.
it was kind of an analogy. It was about, I want to say, a summer ago, right?
Okay.
I was riding a bike and Briar Rip would have got this trail or whatnot, right?
Uh-huh.
And I think it was about 4 of us that was riding, maybe 5 of us riding, right?
Okay.
And 3 of us had lights on our bikes. 2 of us didn't.
Okay.
And as we was riding in the dark,
Yeah.
the only way we was able to get to our
through.
destination is because the person with the light was helping us get through the dark.
Ooh-wee.
That was good.
Oh, that is a part of healing.
Yeah.
We all hit rock bottom. It's where the rock bottom is where we find the light. In that deep darkness is where we find the light. Now, sometimes somebody might come in with the flashlight and say, hey, here's
us
the
get
way
through.
out.
Yeah.
But then sometimes the light comes from within.
Oh, that's good.
Where you're by yourself
That's good.
in that dark space
Yeah.
and in that dark place. Trailing your children, your significant others, all your mama, your sister, your brother, everybody behind you. And yet light has to come from within you because you're the leader. You're the one with the flashlight. So either way, the light is the way we find our way back up from the top. If you don't have that light, you're going to be stuck down there.
You ain't lying.
And that sucks to live this life
Yeah.
in that dark.
I
God and that light.
I think that's why I think it's important also to have those type of people around you that can speak life into you. But I like what you said. You got to
Yes.
be able to learn to speak life into
Yes.
yourself.
Yes.
Because sometimes you may not have those people around.
That's
those
right.
people around may be going through things. One thing I learned
That's
in life
right.
is, you ever heard somebody be like, don't nobody call me? You'd be like, well, who do you call?
Who
When
do
the
you
last
call?
time you called
When
and
did you
just
pick
checked
up the
on
phone?
somebody?
That's right.
But I think sometimes we be in our own world so much.
And
we
fear.
don't know. Yeah, fear.
Fear pushes us back as well.
Nah, you definitely right.
Yeah.
I think sometimes though we be in our own head and be in
Yeah.
our own world so much we don't realize that other people are going through
Do
things
things
too.
as well. That's
So
right.
just like how where they be like, I ain't called nobody this whole month and ain't nobody called me. I mean, hey.
Right. How about pick up that phone? How about let's take on some leadership roles? And that's exactly what it is. Sometimes you may find someone that leads and you can follow, but then you also have the opposite side where they are the leader and they have the ones that they guide the light with and for and walk through that journey. So it is definitely important to when we're talking about love and healthy love and expressing unconditional love, that we make sure that we don't get it confused with our pain, right? Because a lot of people want to take the pain and overshadow the love. So this is why it's so important to go back to that space of healing. All those all the trauma that you've endured during childhood, and also during, even as an adulthood,
Yeah.
even at our present moment, it's a journey, right?
So I have two things that I want to talk about.
Yes.
If you was never taught something,
Yes.
how do you learn that in adulthood without someone being like, you should know? That's one thing I want to talk about. Then the second thing I want to
Okay.
talk about is expectations for someone.
Okay. Okay, so the first thing is there's nothing in this world that you can't learn. If you want to go build a wall in a house, you could go find a way to build a wall in a house. You got all the essential tools. You could go online and find it. You could pick up a handbook. There is no excuse to learning new ways, healthy ways of life.
So what about the people that would say, you too grown, you should already know this, and the third. Some people don't know how to communicate. They haven't learned, they haven't practiced that.
One thing about taking back your power, what other people think, does not affect you in no way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Because now I've learned my power, and I walk in that power, and I know my flaws, and I know my attributes, and I know where I'm headed. I know where I've been. So there is nothing that can come at me to deter me from who I am.
You better talk.
I am who I am. And guess what? Your opinion, that's a reflection of you.
And I think that's why it's important to have those boundaries.
Absolutely.
With people, it don't matter if it's your mother, father,
Oof,
siblings.
that's right.
Everybody shouldn't get access to this right here, because this right here is so delicate. You don't want people planting
Powerful and
seeds in
delicate.
your head.
Ooh, gosh, isn't the brain amazing? I mean, from you put your finger up to you laying down in bed to your body saying, "Okay, girlfriend, I need more breathing exercises. I need more fruit and vegetables." That is the brain. You know,
Yeah.
when you feed the brain, you're feeding your heart. The heart is the filter of your brain. So we talk about in the psychology, I mean, that's something that they've been years and years and years trying to understand the brain. You know, they put people in psychosis to be able to understand the brain. The brain is magnificent.
Yeah.
It is so magnanimous that it's beyond our own capacity
Yeah.
sometimes.
That's why you gotta
in this
protect it.
finite body. Yeah.
That's why you got to protect. I never
do.
forget. I'm gonna call him a mentor. A mentor of mine said, told me
Yeah.
I was telling him about a message that I got, and I was like,
Oh,
man, this message
gosh.
something. He said, you ain't have to read it. You ain't have to read it. How many times you got a message that was a paragraph and you knew it was gonna eat you up? And
It
you
was
read
and you read it.
You didn't have
You
to
just
read
let it go.
So I mean, I do feel like when we talk about boundaries again,
Yes.
people allow people to talk to them a certain way over the phone or
Yes.
through text message. Create that boundary. They don't got to talk. It don't matter who it
Absolutely.
is.
Block it.
Protect your peace.
In any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So was anything you want to put on that? Because I had one.
No, I agree. Boundaries are healthy boundaries, right? Because you can block your blessings too. So you never want to, and blessings come in disguise in all different kind of ways, shape, and form. And because if you are the one that holds the light, right, you also have to be, that you stand, firm in, you're a catalyst for those people. So you don't ever want to block your blessings. You want to learn how to communicate effectively in a healthy, emotionless way, right? Not fueled from the heart, but also given consideration and empathy. So healthy boundaries look like, talking to your enemy, but talking to your enemy in a sophisticated way to let them know that I'm not to be played with, but I'm gonna assist you on this because you're my brother and sister. Right? Not because you're my enemy. The spirit is the enemy. What we don't like of people is the spirit of people, not mankind. God did not create us to hate and
true.
to demonish, to abolish, to demean us each other or to hate each other. God created us in love, right? So when we are dealing with people that are not like-minded, it's not solely the person, it's the spirit that the person is attached to.
That's true.
And one thing that I do know on my journey of self-love, my forever growing journey of self-love, is that everything begins in the spirit. Everything begins in the spirit before the flesh. So if it's happening here, it's going to happen here. If I'm exalted here, I'm going to be exalted here. So one thing we have to learn is, when I'm looking at you, I look at you as my brother. You are my brother of God, right? Because God created us equal, but in our own way. But that spirit that is attached to you may not like my spirit that's attached to me. And if they don't coincide, we're going to clash. But doesn't mean that I have to hate you. Doesn't mean that I have to dismiss you. I'm just going to learn how to deal with you in a harmonious way that benefits me and you. It's the healthy boundary.
I like that.
Because you can miss your blessings.
I like
That
that.
person you don't have to deal with the person every single day. You don't have to overgive to that person, but you give just enough to let them know, I still love you, but I see you.
I think a lot of people
Yeah.
they're gonna really, and I think that I won't go too deep into this because I want to talk about the expectations, but I think that's
Yes.
even goes along with some people just are who they are.
Yes,
and you
they
have
are.
to accept that. We want people to
Absolutely.
change so bad.
Yes, we should.
Whether it's our mother, our father,
Yep.
our siblings, we want them to change and
Yep.
evolve, or we want them to just.
Yep. But
I
that's a
can't under-
burden.
Yeah.
That's a burden. You got to let it go.
Yeah.
I can love you from afar.
I think a lot of us needed to hear exactly what you had just said, and I feel like a lot of people will be able to grow from that.
Absolutely. That is the key, right? We're supposed to look at each other as ladders, right? Helping each other along our journey and not footstools where we're stepping on someone else's back to get to where we're going.
Yeah.
It is all about working together for the bigger picture and for
Absolutely.
humanity.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. All right, so briefly, I wanted to talk a little bit about expectations. We're going to spend a little bit on this, then we're going to end it.
Okay.
What's your thoughts about people having expectations for people? Like, let's just say their mother or their father, or even the people that they're in a relationship, they're expecting this person to do this or be this person or evolve to this person, and they never do.
Yep. Expectation will lead you to heartbreak. Expectation will lead you to a fulfillment that will never be fulfilled, because you're expecting someone that may not have the capacity to meet your thoughts and feelings of that person. You have to become, again, embodiment is the number one tool to your success in every area of life, because what you are, you attract. No matter where you are, it's all in the mindset. You have to become what you want in life. That's your expectation. Exceed your own expectations. Don't give anybody else any expectations, because they will lead you astray and it will lead you to heartbreak.
I love that.
And then we're relearning love all over again.
Absolutely. Well, I think that was absolutely amazing.
Yes.
Thank you for coming on to the
Yes.
show.
It was a pleasure.
If you want to let them know where to follow you real quick.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Damon, for this.
Absolutely.
This was a great conversation.
Absolutely.
Many more to come.
Absolutely.
Again, my name is LaKendra Lanise, your certified love coach, specializing in love, home of the 5-star luxury packages of Live a Life of Liberation, Laughter, and Love. You can find me on all platforms, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram at Divinely Guided by Love Coach LLC.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Tap in with another one, y'all.
Yes.
Peace.
Peace. That was good.